Josh and Frankie. What a couple of dumb shits.
Hello, primates! Red alert! Red alert! At your stations! When does this end?
Oh my god, it's happening!
It's happening, people! We have a new music alert! That's right, primates! Primus has graced us with new music. It definitely justifies an emergency episode. Frankie, I know just like me, you're holding out your hands in anticipation so that they will be filled with Nuggs.
Yes.
So, Primus...
At least one, please.
One little nug. Primus announced, in a sneaky way too, some new tunes, and those came to fruition. We were recording on the day of the official announcement, May 15, 2026. We have a handful of Nuggs on the way. New music. This all, of course, corresponds with the Claypool Gold Tour. We have been inundated with new recordings from Claypool and Delirium, Frog Brigade, and now Primus, all to help support the Claypool Gold Tour. And many of them quite on theme, Frankie. Gold is the key word there. Let's start this with backing up a day, talking about the Bass Magazine cover story and interview that Les Claypool was just subject of, in which he spilled some deets. And Frankie, I know you memorized the article and the contents of Handful of Nuggs, so I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's talk about that Bass Magazine interview first.
It was absolutely fascinating. It revealed quite a few share of things to look forward to. First and foremost, that they are putting out a new album the next year.
Yes.
Couldn't get it done on time for this tour because they've been so busy with Delirium plus rehearsals plus everything else. So the new EP is here to whet our appetite, and Les did mention that all Grease will be part of the upcoming record. So I'm certainly hoping that the track is an indicator of what is in store for us with a full-blown album.
Yeah, call it an appetizer, call it a teaser for
Yeah.
what's to come.
We
Absolutely.
can also see that they will have brand new green instruments ready at hand for the tour. We know that Sean received that green pachyderm guitar for his 50th birthday, and he
Right.
confirmed that he's taking it. Well, he posted a story confirming he's taking it on tour,
Right.
and Les has that brand new green pachyderm on view for those pictures for the Bass Magazine article.
So they're going to color match with their
Yeah.
instruments. On the Gold Tour, they're going to be adorned in green.
Yep.
All right. Well, it makes
Let's
sense from
also
a Frog Brigade perspective, certainly.
let's also mention he was approached about a Seas of Cheese comic book, and then he said that he had a Frizzle Fry short story ready to go. Hence, they're putting out that.
We just passed the 35th anniversary of Seas of Cheese. I wonder if it was intended to mark the 35th anniversary of that album, but he didn't have anything for it,
Yeah.
and instead went with the Frizzle Fry idea that was already in the oven. Because they had, of course, the 35th anniversary frying pans for
Yeah.
Frizzle Fry. So I thought at the very least we'd be getting model ships that we could build, a replica of what's on the cover. But so be it. But interesting nugget there, though, that we otherwise wouldn't have known.
And I was something that struck me about the article. Well, two things. First of all, uh, the less than encouraging response to an Oysterhead reunion. But
I know you're dying for it.
yeah, but we know that Les is the kind of person to which you can never attribute always or never frequencies. So
Hmm.
nobody knows what's going to happen in the future.
I don't think he's fully shut the door on it because he said he would love to make it happen, but they're all very busy, as you know.
Yeah, we know that Trey plays a show every day of the year, so it's just a matter of catching him on that one rare day off.
Yes, and Stewart's globe trotting and talking about his life, and Frankie's following him around getting his autograph. So
It was really curious how Les said that Oysterhead are three alphas pushing elbows to walk into a room. It made me wonder about the way that the album was put together. It makes me wonder if they had fights and disagreements like hell no, Right on Balloon is not going to be on the record, things like that.
three big personalities, certainly, and in that contrast, of course, with what he had to say about his decades-long friendship with Larry Lalonde, and those guys, of course, just get on so well and know each other so well, and are at such ease with one another. And of course, they have their own vocabulary, their own lexicon that would be incongruous or inscrutable to anybody who's trying to eavesdrop on their conversations. And that comment from the article reminded me of some portions of the drum derby finale when the two of them, or throughout the drum derby, I should say, when the two of them were sitting there talking, then one of them would say something and the other one would laugh. And of course, I just went, inside joke. We'll never know.
Yeah.
Some weird reference. So that shines through. And of course, it's always great to hear. It seems like, and I'm probably imbuing him with this, but it does seem like Les is a bit more sentimental now than he was even a decade or more
definitely.
ago. Yeah,
Definitely.
But at the same time, he's not waxing nostalgic or poetic about anything. I think he's more sentimental because he's had these long-standing friendships and partnerships with people he values, but he also has maintained that air of indifference to commercial success, and that
Exactly.
came through again. It comes through in almost every interview when they say, is Primus still relevant, or is what do you make of your career? And he always just says, well, I did my own thing and it worked out. Nothing more.
The other thing that struck me particularly is that the Great Paradox went through quite a number of changes and ideas before its final incarnation. I mean,
Yes.
he did reveal that originally this was going to be a concept record about mollusks.
Yeah, cephalopods, right.
Yeah, and he said that the AI thing just kind of came about. That that was another interesting part of the article. He said that him and Sean sometimes get into, and I quote, heated debates.
Yeah.
And
Debates, not arguments. No,
yeah,
they're not throwing stuff at each other, people.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
healthy. Uh,
So
yeah.
I think that's probably a very interesting conversation to hear between them because we know that Sean is very much in favor of modern developments and
Mm.
technology, and he did say in that Reddit MAA today that we can't all be Amish. So
Oh, yeah.
I think while Sean fully embraces things, I think Les is more guarded and more old school. So it must be quite an interesting conversation.
Yeah. I think Sean's a bright guy, of course, and he acknowledges that AI is already part and parcel of our lives, whether we know it or not, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes fully with what's being put on a screen for you when you're doing a Google search or that sort of thing. So he's, I don't think he's saying, welcome AI overlords. He's saying it's already part of our lives. We just have to learn how to deal with it.
I
So,
was
yeah.
It was also interesting for me to read that Les said that whilst people assume that he's all over the songs and the mix, he did say that when it's not his song, he knows how to step back and serve the song,
Yes.
which I think is completely true.
Yeah. And he's been saying that for a while. If it's not my song, I'm not going to go crazy. There's some exceptions to that when he does guest turns on some records, and I'm sure the people with whom he's guesting say, "Hey, go nuts right here. Give us some of that Les Claypool stank right here," and he'll say, "All right, that's what you want, great." But when he's guesting on a record, he mentioned name drop Tom Waits, of course. The couple Desert Sessions tracks that he's on. If you didn't see his name on there, you wouldn't know it was him. So it goes way back. He's been doing this for decades. When he's guesting, and it's not his song, he's just going to lay down a solid groove, and not try to steal the spotlight. So for these songs where people are saying, "Boy, that's he's really mellowing out," I don't know that that's the case. and you could certainly contrast that with Old Grizz, which is the Primus original that leads off a handful of Nuggs, and you would certainly see that Unk still got it. So he's certainly made that differentiation, and it's quite apparent on Golden Egg because it's one record, and we see the difference between the Lennon and the Claypool.
Oh, and it was fascinating to discover that Les had originally sung the Golden Egg.
Oh, right.
Before it was handed over to Willow. Yes.
Yes. And
then and Les said that if he had allowed it, Sean would still be overdubbing and re-recording his vocals right now.
Oh, that part was really funny because the interviewer said, "Okay, so it was recorded at Rancho in Sean's place in New York," and he said, "Wow, hold on there." And he essentially said, "Yeah, he re-recorded one thing in at his studio in New York, and then lo and behold, he went and redid all the vocals. So that's why it says recorded at two different places, because the original vocals were recorded at Rancho, where they had done all the instrumentation as well." That I just had to laugh at that because he had to make that distinction. It was pretty funny.
I was also quite amazed at how sentimental Les was about the Lifetime Achievement Award. You would think that, I mean, amazing as they are, Primus has rarely been acknowledged in the mainstream in terms of awards. So you would think that Les wouldn't care about it. But the fact that he described it as one of the most epic nights of his life. So that goes to show that it really meant a lot to him.
Definitely.
But it did have one bittersweet portion. I was kind of sad to read that Les wanted to send out Tim with a farewell concert and make it a big spectacle, and it just didn't come to be.
I think Herb acknowledged that was offered to him, and he just wasn't into it, so he didn't do it. Yeah, it is a wide-ranging interview. So the Bass Magazine online, you can find it there. You can find Bass Magazine in print. Why not? Get yourself a paper copy of this bad boy. Great photography, by the way, by Cage Claypool.
Amazing, yeah. Those photos are fantastic. Now onto the gold.
Finally, we've been digging and panning for hours, and we've hit it. Tell us about the gold.
So we have new releases from every band ready for the tour. Each band that will be on stage will have a new release under their belt. So we have our Live Frogs EP, we have the Great Paradox album, and now Primus has graced and rendered us utterly speechless with a handful of knocks.
I think I knew it was coming because of the CLD and the Frog Brigade. I thought they got to give us a new song. They gave us a couple new recordings.
I mean, we were expecting something, but I think what we were not expecting was something this epic. I walked into work this morning like Patrick Bateman with the song blasting on my headphones. I requested all my meetings be canceled. And I haven't stopped playing the song since last night. And I mean, we'll go into the tracks in a little bit, but I just want to say that The Old Grease is the absolute highlight of the release for me. I can't get enough of that song.
Wow. Well, as we know, you celebrate their entire catalog.
Yes.
But so what makes Old Grizz such an immediate favorite?
Well, before going into it, I just want to highlight that for us physical media lovers,
Oh
there are
yeah.
four, count them, four variants available. You can go for the following. We have a standard gold version, which is available via Club Bastardo and Bandcamp. We have a gold black ice variant, which looks
Mm.
absolutely stunning. It looks so fancy. And we have the black and gold blend available at Brooklyn Vegan and Revolver. And you can bundle that with the clear with gold skid marks. So
Wow.
that's four gorgeous variants of this 12-inch release ready to be collected.
There's also, of course, digital downloads,
Digital
Bandcamp,
download,
uh,
yeah,
for
yeah.
example. I have a feeling, Frankie, that they're doing this many variants, and they've been doing it for a while now. For many of these releases, I have a feeling they're doing this many variants just to see if you'll keep buying all of them.
Do you think they're testing me?
I think they're testing you. Are you passing?
Yeah,
Okay, so you've already ordered all of them, I imagine.
I have all four on pre-order. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for the variant update because I had not cataloged all of them, but I knew you would be ready. For those of you
And
listening, Frankie has shown me a portion of his database where he lists every single release and keeps track of whether he owns them or not. It's astonishing. It is truly a modern day X file.
yes, it is quite a case for the X-Files.
Oh man,
The artwork,
yes,
I believe that's less digging for nuggets,
has to be.
is very interesting because if you were a keen-eye observer during the Claypool Gold New Year's Eve in 2024, that photograph was in full view on the screen when we arrived to the theater.
Oh, was it? I may have missed that. I must have
It
gotten
was
there
right
late.
there. Yeah, it was right there, and it was also playing on the screen during certain portions of the show. So the photograph dates back to a couple of years now, which
Wow.
makes me think that Les had that. I mean, he made that purchase back then, right?
The abandoned mine that he purchased. Yeah. So he's
Yeah. So
owned that
he's
for
he's
a
been
while. Yeah.
he's been. It means that he's been going at it for at least a couple of years now, and it, in typical Claypool fashion, it has inspired new music. I
Definitely.
think I think the artwork looks fantastic. I really, really like the cover.
Hmm.
It's it's got this old school flavor to it. It puts me in mind of Imperial Face classic Primus. I don't know why.
It is quite a photograph. There's a lot of great lines and circles in it, just because of the way the photo was rendered, but also, it's a guy in the water, so there's going to be a lot of lines and shapes. It's really neat. I like it a lot.
And it just ties everything together with the gold theme.
Exactly. Yes. So you've got your Nuggs, you've got your Claypool Gold, you've got your Golden Egg. It's all coming together. I don't know about you, Frankie, but with that lead track, Old Grizz, which I'm sure you're itching to talk about in more detail, I that track in particular, and knowing that Claypool goes up and he's looking for gold, and he's metal detecting and doing all kinds of stuff like that. I just think he's turning into old prospector Gus Chiggins, which is a Will Ferrell character from a Saturday Night Live skit, which I believe was cut, but somebody showed it to me years ago, and then within the first few seconds of Old Grizz, I thought about Gus Chiggins. So he's worth looking up.
I think Les hinted at this gold obsession since that advert they did for the pickups
Right, the gold pickups. I mean, this goes back
with
a few
Robert
years.
Trujillo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah. I mean,
this
I
was
mean,
no passing fancy. This has been a
yeah. The
constant theme.
the gold obsession has been going on for quite a while.
Man, and then this song is all about the obsession for gold.
Yep.
So it evokes the old gold rush, of course, because Les is out somewhere in the wilderness of California looking for gold, just like those 49ers were.
And
And
Cage confirmed there will be a music video.
excellent. Oh yeah, we did get to see a portion of the animation.
Yeah,
that
and
Cage did.
it looks fantastic.
It is.
It looks very rotoscopic.
Yes, it's it's unsettling in a really fun way. Because the way that he animates the face on the prospector. Did you
Yes.
catch him, by the way, doing the gritty?
Yes.
Grizz, grid, gritty. I mean, a grizzled prospector doing the gritty has a lot of riz. I'm sorry. I'm never going to say that again. That was the other thing, Frankie. I don't know about you. When I saw the title Old Grizz, I said, gee whiz, Old Grizz. You got to look out for that Old Grizz. Oh, you got to be packing more than that 38. God, I would have shot that son of a bitch if I saw that thing. Them bears mess you up. Anyway, I would have had a good time with that. So, your thoughts on Old Grizz, the Primus original that leads this off?
Wow. I mean, first of all, I want to say that it is definitely one of my favorite Primus songs, up there with all my longtime favorites.
Man,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's already in that pantheon of classics
Wow.
for me. I mean, there are so many things to unpack. Well, first of all, I think while it does have kind of a classic Primus quality, it is also informed so much by all the things Les has been doing throughout his career. So there's a bit of boombill stomp in there. Um, there's a bit of I think since Conspiranoid, they have been crafting this very complex, intricate music, and I think Fentanyl carried on with that, and I think this track also continues with that fashion.
Yeah.
What I mean is that you listen to the song and you may think you have it figured out, and then it catches you completely by surprise. I mean, that
Yeah.
breakdown, that bridge, it's so good and so unexpected.
Yeah.
And it's so unexpected that even after listening to the song multiple times, when it comes in, I still feel that rush of amazement all
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah,
It's
it has so many distinct parts. So I've only listened to it about 3 or 4 times. I'm ashamed to tell you that, Frankie, because you're up to 50 or 60. But but I've been really savoring it. So those 3 4 listens, uh, I'm still surprised by the shifts. So there's a lot of stop starts, a lot of distinct parts, and I just really appreciate being captured by the upbeat energy and how fun that song is.
yes,
So yeah,
and I'm really amazed that whilst other songwriters have to reach towards characters and fiction, because if they wrote songs about the mundane or their everyday happenings, perhaps lots of people would not relate to them or think that the topics are interesting enough to warrant a song. But in the case of Les, I mean, it's so amazing how he incorporates his surroundings into the music, and we enjoy it so much.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think he's one of the few that can get away with writing a song from the perspective of a sunstroked prospector and hold my interest. And so, but that obsession of, the theme being obsession for gold, that is something that anybody could write a song on. But this particular perspective on it's really funny and really energetic. And as you noted, you said Boonville Stomp. I heard it in there too. But the breadth of associations that the fans are making out there, whether it's on the Primus subreddit or the socials or whatever, it runs the gamut. So everybody's hearing something different in it, which makes a lot of sense for a band that's been around for 40 years and guys that have been musically prolific for quite some time. So, I heard or read comparisons to Boonville Stomp or Green Naugahyde, or some folks were saying, "Oh, this sounds just like the early days," or this sounds like it's off Dua de Twang, or one astute listener one of our Primatrons, actually, Frankie, noted the similarity of one of the bass licks to one Les played in his guest turn with Beats Antique. It's not exactly the same, but it jogged our Primatron's memory, and he was able to find the time code and say, check this out. So it's
Oh yeah, that's an old one. That's an
yeah,
old
it's
one
been
for
around,
sure.
right? So it's all over the place. The associations that listeners are making, which I appreciate because everybody's, in a way we're hearing what we want to hear, but we're also attaching it to something through our own filters. But I'm trying it on balance in terms of being objective and not trying to attach it to anything. And I'm taking it as on face value. It's an upbeat song. Sure, it really sounds twangified and country bumpkin like, but like countrified. But that's fine. It's upbeat. It's fun. I haven't parsed out all the lyrics yet, but I think they're pretty good from what I can glean so far. And I think Cage gets mentioned in it, which is fun. Still a lot more territory to mine with that tune. Of course, we'll give it a proper episode in 4 years, but
Yeah,
we'll
4 years time.
when we get there. So that one, a lot of fun. Second track, do you want to go there?
Holy Diver, yes. I certainly
Yeah,
wasn't expecting a studio recording of that
me
cover, but
either. When I saw
but it's
Holy
most
Diver on the
welcome.
track list, I thought, oh, cool. One of the live cuts was Puddles. They played it a handful of times. Sounded freaking great, especially on New Year's Eve. But a studio cut, more than welcome. That means they had some time, a lot of time in the studio, and I think that's reflected in Old Grizz too, with all the different parts in the arrangement. But to be able to knock out Holy Diver with Puddles, superb. Sounds great. And
Yeah,
so,
most welcome addition.
yeah, I was thinking about all the covers that Primus has done over the years, and they've done a lot of covers. So it's not out of the realm of the usual, and it's one they've been playing live. They played NIB a couple of times. There's already a studio recording of that cover, so why not do Holy Diver as well? It went off so well live. Puddles can sing. That guy's got a wonderful voice. And it's a great reminder, of course, of the New Year's Eve experience, too, because I really enjoyed his opening act for Primus. I also enjoyed that so many fans were confounded by it. So that was a special treat for me. So it's great to hear a guest turn from Puddles on a Primus studio recording. And then from there, Frankie, it gets interesting because we have two tracks that had already been released.
Yes, and what I what I perceived with those tracks being tagged on is that perhaps they wanted the release to be kind of a collection of everything they've done with Hoffer so far
Yeah, those two tracks, of course, being Little Lord Fentanyl and Duchess Live,
and Duchess Live.
and those two were on the Fentanyl 7-inch from 2025. So, and I think you're right. It's encapsulating the Hoffer era as it's unfolding, and then leading us up to a studio record with him. I guess it is a handful of Nuggs. We got four tracks. If you missed the Fentanyl vinyl, you've got those two tracks available again. We've got two new ones to us here in May of 2026. If you're listening in May of 2026, there's a tour about to start. There are these new releases from CLD Frogs and Primus. We've got more Primus on the way, for crying out loud. They're going to Europe. They are a humming machine right now, Frankie. It seems like they've got some momentum and they're not going to slow down.
I forgot to ask you something related to the old Grease. The breakdown, or well, the bridge is so different and contrasting to the rest of the song that when I heard it for the first time, it put me in mind of Professor Not Butter because of how
Oh yeah.
different the breakdown is as well. Did the same thing happen to you?
Yeah, so with Nut Butter, Frankie, of course, you're referring to the where it comes way down,
Yes,
and
exactly.
Lur provides a pretty chill solo over a really a really laid back drum and bass groove.
Or the
Yeah.
Welcome to This World breakdown as well.
Yes, that one too. Another down tempo break. So the break here in Grizz.
Some people said that it sounded like Yes or Rush.
Yeah, it you could argue that it certainly takes a left turn from the manic verses and main
Yeah.
riffs, main licks. So and it kind of goes out there, which I really appreciate. So they're mining all kinds of territory and not afraid to slap some parts together that would seem not to work. I don't know if they're taking risks 40 years in, but they're doing things that are still somewhat unexpected, and that's
What is
reassuring.
your impression about the mixing and tone?
So we need to see the credits. Remind me, did Claypool say in the article that this one was mixed by him or Zach, who he had turned it over to?
It's difficult. It was difficult for me to figure that out because the quote just said, "This is the last record I'm mixing,"
Okay.
but I'm not sure if he was referring to. I mean, because I wouldn't call this a record,
Hmm.
so I wondered if he was talking about Paradox or if he's referring to the new album they're working on. Who knows?
Yes, it wasn't clear to me either.
Hmm.
I thought the bass sounded wonderful. Larry was right there, and he had some really cool guitar tones. The drums sounded pretty good to me. Of course,
Very crisp.
yep. And of course, people are going to complain because it doesn't sound like they want it to sound. But I thought the sound is fine. I like it. Just it's clear though. I can hear everything.
Yeah.
So it's not a mishmash, muddy mix. It's crystal clear, and everything's articulated. And so, what more can I ask for? I think there's enough dynamic range to it. So
And the high pitch still being present on Fentanyl does make you wonder if it's intentional after all.
so I am now of the persuasion that it is, and I don't know that
Yes.
anybody's asked in any of these VIPs yet. I don't,
No, I don't think
so
so.
instead they're asking about that damn Metallica audition still. So
Yeah, and how many puppies are too many?
yes, and how yeah, seven. I think it's seven.
Yeah.
Maybe it's eight because it's a rhetorical question. Simpsons reference. So if you were planning on asking about puppies or Metallica, scratch that off and ask, is that high pitched frequency on Little Lord Fentanyl intentional? You'll probably and then if they confirm it, fantastic, mystery solved. We get to check another box off of the Primus
Yeah.
mysteries list. So
We
ask and report back, please.
we know that Primus is slated for a European tour, and Sean hinted at the possibility of a headlining Delirium tour in the AMA because he said that Delirium deep cuts are best saved for a Delirium tour.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So that makes me wonder if Claypool Gold will be a summer one-off thing, or if through the years, whenever Les feels like, he'll just continue doing Claypool Gold here and there. Oh,
Good question.
I think we're also missing something really crucial.
Oh, bring it on.
Bastard Jazz.
Oh, he mentioned
He
Bastard Jazz
mentioned he
recordings.
mentioned
Yes.
yeah, I mean, um Les did tell us in one of our talks here on the podcast that bringing Bastard Jazz to the studio would defeat the purpose of the essence of the band. So whatever they're working on, yeah, it's probably live recordings, but it makes me wonder if they're putting out a live Bastard Jazz record, and if that would open the possibilities to Bastard Jazz also joining Claypool Gold at some point. I mean,
Mm.
how crazy would that be, right?
Well, I think you're onto something here because if the Claypool Gold format goes off well, it did, of course, on that New Year's Eve 24-25, which
Mhm.
is why we have a tour. If it goes well, then you're right. He could bring it back with other combinations, and I think it would be difficult to do without Primus. But you could sub in Bastard Jazz. You could bring back the Holy Mackerel, Lord
There are
willing.
endless
You know,
possibilities.
yes, there's a lot of combinations
Twang.
that you could
He
do.
could do twang as well.
There you go. Twang could be a part of it.
Yeah.
There are many options. So it could be something that pops up from time to time when the man feels like it. That's a great point. I would imagine there's a Bastard Jazz live compilation on the way. And I'm
That would
curious.
be that would be fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm curious what the combinations would be as far as lineups, because generally it's Les, Mike D, Skerritt, Stanton Moore on drums, but there have been some Bastard Jazz shows with Vinnie Colaiuta on drums, I think Adam Deitch. So I wonder what form that will take. So I'm curious about it, and I've listened to a handful of the audience recordings. And of course, these guys are A-plus musicians, so there's a lot of great stuff happening on the Bastard Jazz. I wouldn't scoff at a live record.
I mean, what a time to be a fan, right?
What a time to
It
be alive!
it makes me shudder to even remember years like 2006 and
Oh,
2007. Yeah.
oh boy,
Yeah.
yeah, we
And
were in the desert in 2007,
yes,
weren't we, Frankie? Man,
yes,
now we
we
have
were
manna from heaven.
we were crawling in the sand, gazing at a mirage. Yes.
We've
And
reached an oasis in 2026, a lush green
I mean, yeah,
golden place.
what a time. I mean, he's just putting out releases left and right. He's revisiting all of his eras. It's really amazing to enjoy Les in this assuming this mode that he has right now, where he's kind of nostalgic, but also looking forward all the
Yeah.
time. So we're getting the music, but he's also revisiting so many amazing
And
projects.
we have so much to move forward with the continued CLD partnership, of course. And we
Yes,
didn't even give him his flowers yet. The energy that John Hoffman brings to these new Primus tracks.
absolutely. And
He's ripping it
I
on
mean,
Grizz.
I was doing some checklist in my mind, and I don't think in the whole history of Claypool we had ever had a year so packed with releases.
Check that database. See what you got going on there.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to all the Canadian and Taiwanese and Brazilian editions of these releases, so that you have to order all of them as well. So I hope it's worldwide, just for you. So handful of Nuggs, Bandcamp, Apple Music, Club Bastardo, you name it.
Brooklyn Vegan.
Oh, Brooklyn Vegan, of course. Revolver, you name it. They probably have a variant. Go get that for sure. The Live Frogs, Return of the Live Frogs is on Bandcamp and Club Bastardo. CLD, new album, Paradox, you can get it just about anywhere. And Claypool Gold, from the date of this recording, starts in about 4 or 5 days. I'm going to go listen to Grizz about 6, 7 more times. I didn't even do that on purpose, Frankie. I'm sorry when I
Should
said
I
that.
should I start billing all my hair pieces to less to Primus Enterprises?
I think what you do is you put all the blown and broken ones in a box and ship it to Prawn Song headquarters, and have the bill in there right on top,
Yeah.
so they know that they owe you big time.
They know what they've done.
Yes. Oh, and then have that in the memo line on the bill. You know what you did. Maybe they'll send you that drawing that's on the fridge at the dairy that you like so much.
Oh, that would be a treasure. Yes.
In lieu of cash, we've included this sketch.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Warp core overload.
No, we better get out of here. So,
Oh.
primates, primatrons, people of Earth, people of Phobos, people of people of gold mines worldwide, go get all these recordings. Go see the tour. Go say hi to Frankie as he waits outside Prawn Song headquarters with a very cold scalp. And hopefully we catch you out there. Later days.
Willie Mays.